Hey, this is Movie Guy. The next video is Suicide Squad. Now, when I saw this movie, I was in a pretty depressed state. So, when I watched it, all I saw was humor. And there was a little bit of fear mixed in. So, I wasn't in the mood of watching a scary movie. So, to have humor, and this hot girl, and I could see they put in a lot of effort into the makeup. It put me into a better mood. So I have positive associations with Suicide Squad. I thought it was at least a 7. In terms of Jared's acting, though, it definitely was not the potential of a Joker. But because I wasn't in the best state, I wasn't in a good mood. I remember that night. Watching someone beat someone to death and seeing blood and all that, I wouldn't want to see that at the moment. So the fact that they failed at making the Joker as hostile and as impactful in terms of its villainness and psychopathy, I was kind of relieved. So I'd say that wasn't a detriment, but for other people, I can understand why it would be. I wasn't a big fan of his appearance. I didn't like how straight his hair was. I felt that what they did in other movies was better. And my personal opinion is that they made him look closer to Malfoy. And because when we grew up, that was what we saw as a villain, right? That's my guess. And messy hair could have probably made it much more impactful. But, the genre was pretty it was like a neat messy, right? Messy as the style. So therefore it kind of fit in. Like having perfectly weird teeth, having perfectly weird hair, perfectly weird clothes. So I think they kind of did a good job in the makeup. But it's not the makeup, it's the acting. It's the way it makes the audience feel. I think that if the Joker was scarier and they incorporated more blood, or they made the audience see what they didn't want to see, it would have really been what they wanted to see. Because there's a part of us that wants the worst thing possible to happen. And with a guy like Joker, you don't just want him to try and fail. You want him to succeed in some way. Even though he loses at the end, at least make him succeed in some way. And I feel like they were careful not to make him get too successful. There were a couple moments where I felt this is really going down the wrong way. No, the right way. This is really going down the right way. And I wasn't in a good mood to watch that. I wasn't in the mood to watch that. I probably would have had anxiety. So if they made him more hostile, I wouldn't have the tolerance to really do with it. And I guess the target audience, or the audience that's attracted to the Joker, was interested in the most hostile Joker possible, and they didn't get that. So as a movie, I enjoyed it. It was a decent movie. It's not something that sticks in my mind. It's like, I gotta watch that again someday, look for all the symbology and all that. But it's definitely a 7 or 3.5 as a movie. It wasn't a terrible movie. The acting wasn't horrific. It just didn't come out of my mind as oh, this is impressive. I gotta watch this again,